Are you able to open it now?
Wait. Wait.
Now what's happening there? It's wasting our time. Mm-hmm.
Wait. At here it is no problem,
Uh-huh.
but when you send. Oh yes, I do.
Okay, great then. Now we can start. Now this is just a short of review of what we discussed a while ago. Now, let's try to answer number one, the main idea and details of our topic. Now, the question there is, what is the main idea of the passage? Now, can you read the choices and your answer?
Oh yes. Wait.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you start?
Okay. Um. What? Uh. Water and rock and uh.
That's
Not
non-living.
non-living things.
Mm-hmm. Continue. Read the choices first before you answer, okay?
Yes.
Okay, great.
B. B. Living things need food uh and wait. Oh, what?
Shelter.
Shelter. Every every day is Easter living on non-live non non-living.
Okay, that is everything is either living or non-living. By the way, do you know the meaning of shelter?
Shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
Do you
Um.
know what it means?
Yeah.
Shel uh-huh.
Yeah. Not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what does shelter
Not.
means?
Not sure.
Oh, you're not sure. Okay, it's like a home. Those are your shelter, something that you can sleep, wherein you can live, like your home, your apartment, that's a shelter. And for animals, they have their dog house. Those are shelters, okay? Something
Yeah.
you can live on, you can stay on. Those are shelters. Mm-hmm. Okay, how about, okay, did you understand all the words there?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, can you answer what is the main idea of the passage? The passage or our message? The message of the thing that we read a while ago.
I see. I see. I see.
hmm Choose from our choices here.
Yeah. Um.
What do you think?
Mm,
Mm, come on, you can do that.
uh, um. 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 Wait.
Alright. Okay, let's discuss the choices then. Is it okay for you to understand it better? Now, letter A is water and rocks are non-livings. We talked about that a while ago, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
we
Oh,
did. We talked about it. Now, living things need food and shelter. Now, food and shelter are living things, and A is non-living things. Now, B there, it talked about the living things. Now, how about letter C?
uh,
Everything is either living or non-living.
living living things.
Mm-hmm. Living things, those who has life. The people, plants, animals, those are the living things. Uh,
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, how about the letter C there? Everything is either living or non-living. Now, letter C is focusing on both of the situations that we discussed. It's letter A and letter B. Now, what is the correct answer for this question?
Um. Uh. B.
Letter B,
Mm,
talking about the living things only. When we say the main idea is like,
C.
okay, great, you made
Oh.
up your mind.
Yes.
Because letter A, it talked about non-living, and letter B, you talked about the living things. Now, letter C, it's talking about the two choices above it. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, now moving forward. Number two, can you read it for me?
Uh, um. A. All
Mm-hmm.
blank things need need food, air.
Protection. Living things need blank for protection. Okay? The
Yeah.
choices are letter A, read it,
Uh, lettering all
air,
all all the things need all the living things need food, air, and water to live. Living things can uh, li-
hmm? What are you reading?
li-
We're still on number two, right?
ah, yes.
Living things need what? Now, how about protection? Do you know the meaning of protection?
Um
Do you know what it means?
um
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Protection, to be safe.
to be safe.
Yes. Now, for example, I am I will stay at home so that I could protect myself from the bad weather. Now, do you know what I mean? Did you understand that example?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now,
A
that's one of the example of protection. Now, there are lots of example of protection. Mhm.
A M B.
Mhm. Okay. You've answered.
A oops, A C A C. Oop.
What is your answer? You're sure? You're guessing. Mhm. Come
A
on.
A C.
Just pick one. Pick one.
Pick
For
one.
protection, okay? It means like example. This coat. I need this coat to
A
protect myself from cold, from getting cold. I need a house to protect myself from getting wet when it's raining. Okay. Now, what's your final answer?
uh, C.
Living things need water for protection. Are they going to use water for protection?
No.
Then what? How about letter B? What do you think?
B. B.
Yes. Yes. How about that one? Shelter.
No. Yeah.
No?
Yes.
Your final answer, come on. Don't keep on
B.
guessing. B, yes, because shelter, what is a shelter again?
Uh, shelter.
I explained to you a while ago what is shelter. Set an example of a shelter.
Shelter. The wait. The do some do something.
Hmm?
Uh, do something.
Now,
Or
shelter is for it's in there. Number one and number two, living things need shelter for protection. Shelters are houses. The what else? What else is shelter? For those for children who are abandoned, they need a shelter to live in, something that people lives in or animals live in. Okay, they need it for protection. Okay, like
yeah,
how about the animal shelter? Do you know about the animal shelter?
animal shelter.
Yes, animal shelter. Have you
Yeah,
heard of that?
yes.
Okay, who lives in the animal shelter?
Um, at the animal shelter.
Yes, who
Uh,
lives there?
uh, mm,
What kind of animals lives in an animal shelter?
uh, I don't know about that.
There are dogs, stray dogs. Do you know the meaning of stray dogs? Stray cats, meaning those are animals from the streets. That's why,
Yes,
yes, and some representatives, you can do that yourself. You can get the cat or the dog and bring it to the animal shelter so that they can protect themselves when there's a bad
ah,
weather. Those. Now,
yes.
do you get what I mean?
Mm, uh, what?
Now,
Oh, wait.
did you get what I mean about animal shelter or shelter for protection?
Mm,
Not yet?
okay.
Not yet. Okay, I'll set another example. Mm-hmm. For where are you living right now? Is it an
At
apartment?
the soul.
Uh-huh. At Seoul? Do you have a house at Seoul?
Uh,
Or are you
how
in an apartment?
the apartment.
Okay, that's one example of a shelter. Your apartment. Because you can stay there, sleep there safely, you can eat there, and when there's a bad weather, like if it's raining, it is raining, you can enter your apartment to be safe so that you won't get cold. That's
Yes,
one example of shelter, okay?
yes,
Okay, great. Now, did you understand the word shelter means?
yes.
Okay, great then. Now, let's move on to number 3.
Number
Can
3.
you read the question and the choices?
How much space do elephant need? C. A lot.
Mm, yes, because elephants are they
Big.
big? Yes, they are really big.
Yeah.
Have you seen an elephant?
Yes, I saw so many times.
Oh, they are big, right?
Big, right?
Yes. Now, let's go to number 4. Now, here the instruction is complete the sentences, okay?
Yes.
Okay. Now, read and try to complete the sentences. Start with letter A.
Um. Oh. 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 Uh-oh. I
Why?
off it.
Why? You turned it off? Try to turn it on again.
Yes.
Okay, great.
What number I was doing? I
Number
forgot.
4, letter A.
Letter A. Yes. Uh. A. All living things need food, air, water to live. Living things.
Okay, good job. Next one.
Living things can make. Uh.
What do you think is that? Living things can make blank living things like themselves.
Um. Make.
Mm-hmm. What did they make?
Make different.
Any other ideas?
Uh. Dif- mm,
What can you do? If they are living things, like for example, a dog is a living thing, a, a female dog can make another what? A baby dog.
mm,
Meaning the mother dog can make a new living thing.
yes.
Okay,
Uh.
now try to answer it in letter B.
Letter B. C.
Yes, try to use it on letter B.
B.
Mm-hmm.
Living things can make flower living things like themselves.
Yes, it's like living things can make new living things like themselves. Like, for example, a flower is a living thing, can make a new flower living things like themselves, something like that. The flower is the example. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Then now let's go to the next one, letter C.
Letter C. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Blank protects living things from their environment. Do you know the meaning of environment?
Environment.
Yes, environment.
Uh,
Do you know what it means?
no.
What does it mean?
Uh,
Mhm.
um,
It's the things that surround us. Like there, I can describe that your environment today, you have a board or a door and you have a double deck bed. I can't see anything else all the time. The numbers, that's your environment there. Now, other terms of environment like for example, I'm in a forest, okay? Do you know the meaning of forest?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Example, I'm in a forest. My environment there are trees, grasses, wild animals, a lake maybe. Those are my environment in the forest. Okay, that's one example.
Yes.
Okay, great then. Now, can you answer letter C then? What protects the living things from the environment? hmm
Um. Um. Uh.
Example, when I'm in the forest, there are wild animals. Oh, how about
Um.
uh, the thunder or the rain is coming? It's going to rain. Where will I
Uh.
go to
uh,
protect myself?
Tree.
Other than tree, because on the tree I can get wet too. It's raining. Where will I go?
Um.
I will find a
Ju-
we've been mentioning that a while ago, a shelter. Isn't it?
yes.
Yes, it's a shelter. We find shelter for us not to get wet because when we get wet, it will make us sick, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, good girl. Now that's the answer for little C there. Shelter protects living things from the environment, from their environment. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now we don't have any much time again. Then I'll hope to talk to you again soon to continue this topic, okay?
Yes.
Okay, continue studying well. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye.